Hey, I'm back again. Although my videos may be a little few and far between these days, at least for some time, I just wanted to tell you that I haven't forgotten about everybody, and I'm certainly going to continue to try to work towards the conclusion up to the No Name Nationals. No, I don't have any screeching tire to put in front of the video right now. Things are, like I said, they're going to be a little few and far between, but I wanted to continue on the discussion from my designing my own particular spacer plates. And before I wanted to go into that, one has to remember, I left that arena of screeching tires and screaming down the road back in the late 80s. So I wanted to make sure I tried to pick up on some of the better things, or at least the best of the best, when it comes to covering things like induction systems. And I decided to pick up David Vizard's book on how to build horsepower, carburetors, and intake manifolds. And David goes through some fantastic information in this book. I don't care if you're even an experienced builder, or just starting off with one of your grandfather's, ragged remnants of the muscle car era, or even one of the boats like this one, like I have. Got to read this. And he confirms things that we picked up on and thought of and worked with back in the 70s when it came to induction systems. And I'll show you that in a second. And with this car, you may remember my video where we had my 0 to 60 foot time. Take a look at this. This is our handy dandy stopwatch. Are you ready? Here we go. And go. Oh, look at that. And in David's book, he goes over how components like this create the ram effect. And he explains that. David also explains why you don't want the air passing straight into the carburetor or over it. You want it to be equalized in a single pressure zone, something that doesn't have fluctuations. So like I said, David Vizard's book it's real cheap insurance to protect and keep your machine running at optimum performance. So my hat's off to Mr. Vizard. Thank you. Now, as David Vizard talked about in his book, there were different styles of air cleaners because throughout the EPA regulations, as they were becoming increasingly more difficult to deal with, the size of the air cleaners changed. But this is a 1966 automobile, and the dimensions of this filter pretty much work to the same favor that David talks about in his book. So this would be like a stage 1 kind of advancement that actually does gain a few horsepower. Read his book. He talks about the different filament types and manufacturing. It makes a difference. So thank you, David Vizard. Now I'm going to go out and get some ice cream. See you next time. And here we are again on that abandoned entrance to an abandoned secret Air Force base, checking for that 60-foot time. But right now we just want to check the performance of our newly changed intake system. And here we go.